Sorry, I didn't want to do this. All right. In compliance with Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, entitled Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as specified in the Act. Proper notice of this public meeting was provided in a notice. Said notice was posted at the entrance of the Board of Education office, mailed to the Nutley Sun, the Star Ledger, the North Jersey Herald News, and the Nutley Journal, mailed to the Nutley Township Clerk, advertised in the Nutley Sun, posted on the district website. This is an official meeting. Have the flag salute, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ms. Bikuda.
Mr. Cardicello?
Here.
Mrs. Dan Peck Martin? Here. Mr. Ferrara? Mr. Klein?
Here.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Here.
Ms. Russo? Here. Mr. Scalera?
Here.
Ms. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Scusado?
I need an approval for the approval of the minutes. Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Okay. All in favor? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Russo. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Correspondence.
Where is the deputy?
Really? Presentations, Mr. Lazanik.
Presentations, Mr. James.
Mrs. James. I didn't see it.
We got middle school factions here.
Yeah, we're well covered.
This evening.
That's what I said, Mr. Lazanik. I'll see the other guy.
We just wanted to take an opportunity to demonstrate some of the things that we do with the middle school model. Every so often we break out from going to content area classes and spend time in our groups. One of the things we did in November was to learn more about the town that we live in, and one of which was the Board of Education. So we have students here from the center group that would like to make a presentation to you.
Hi.
Relax.
My name is Rocco, and we just wanted to thank you because we recognize how much work you guys put into the Board of Education, and you guys are volunteering here, which shows that you're more concerned about the students and less concerned about, the money. And you guys hire all the great teachers from around the district, and without them, we would not be here right now. The only reason they can function as a teacher is because you keep giving them workshops and updating the curriculum and buying them new books, and we just wanted to thank you.
Hi, I'm Jensen. We would like to thank you for all the clubs and field trips you allow us to go on and do. There's many to choose from, such as STAN, Student Council, and Encore Club. It also allows us to make new friends, and I personally met my best friend there, so that's pretty good. It's also a safe place to spend our free time after school with something that interests us, such as politics if you like Student Council, and dancing and singing if you like Encore Club. And it allows us to go on exciting field trips to places we may never have been able to go to, such as zoos, museums, and a camping trip. I wouldn't have gone to Hershey ever if I didn't go on Student Council, so that was amazing. So thank you for all you do.
Hello, I'm Elise. In addition to everything they just said, we would also like to thank you for all the technology that you provide us with, including the computers in our classrooms, the iPads, the laptops, and the Chromebooks. Having all this technology really allows us to expand our knowledge and education at home. In addition, all of us from Center Group made this poster for you guys to personally thank you for anything that we felt that you really helped us with. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed our presentation and thank you for everything that you've done.
We need to really thank you. That's true. We're here as volunteers, but we're here for you. We're here for the teachers, for the students, and you make us proud when you bring something like this forward. Certainly other board members might want to make some comments, you're welcome to. But we're proud of you and thank you for the job you do.
Sure. So I'm very excited. Just maybe you can explain the center group to us a minute.
So I believe it's just the middle school, like the high school hasn't done this. In the middle school, there are 3 groups per grade. 7th grade has Vreeland, I know, has 1. And then center group has 3 other groups. 8th grade has 3 other groups. We are our center group. So every group got a different thing that they would show that they were thankful for before Thanksgiving. We were assigned Board of Education, so on these post-it notes, we wrote down what we thought we were thankful for. And each one of these is from a different center group member and has a different thing that they were thankful for.
Thank you. Great job. Thanks for presenting.
Ms. Egan, thank you very much, you guys, teachers as well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you to the staff. Ms. Egan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
We will find a
Nice place in the board office.
nice place in the board office to put that up. Thank you again.
I really would like to know what they learned.
Have a nice Christmas also.
Exactly right.
It's not even that. Not a copy.
Yeah.
Mrs. James.
I'd like to present our auditor, Mr. Gary Vinci from Burge, Vinci and Higgins. He is here to make a presentation on the June 30th, 2015 comprehensive annual financial report.
Thank you. Good evening, all. Happy holidays to everybody. I apologize for being a few minutes late. Holiday traffic was a little challenging. But I'm happy to report that we have met with the Finance Committee and the school administration regarding your 14-15 school audit. As Karen mentioned, the report that we presented to the committee and administration, there are 2 reports actually. The first report is the comprehensive annual financial report. And financially, the district is in very good condition. The surplus at the end of the year, the unassigned surplus was roughly $400,000 on a GAAP basis. But in addition to that, I think what's very important is that the district has been able to sustain some capital reserve money, which you have been using in the last few years. At the end of June, you had just under $3.5 million of capital reserve. On top of that is another $600,000 in maintenance reserve. So you've been able to fund your reserves, which is very important for districts throughout the state, knowing the age of buildings that we deal with on a daily basis. By way of audit recommendation, there were 3 recommendations. One is a compliance matter. The timing of when year-end transfers ought to be approved. Unfortunately, the state only allows a 30-day window, and I think some of the transfers were done after July 31. It's very common for districts not to have the transfers actually approved by the end of July. It's just the timing of when you can actually close out and expedite that. And the other 2 dealt with the student activity accounts. There was 1 recommendation regarding the high school account, and the second, I think, dealt with the scholarship accounts. Speaking with Karen, both of those items I think will be addressed this year. I think with the high school account, we're going to try to assist the administration with software review and update and possibly review the records during the year, just to remedy that by the end of next school year. Any questions from the board? Be happy to entertain them.
Just one question. Is there a timeline on when these discrepancies should be fixed? I mean, is it a year before the next audit, or is there, I know the one you said there's a 30-day clause on when the transfers need to be released. The other issues that you found, any restrictions or when they should be done?
I think when we met with the administration, they were looking to purchase new software for the high school treasurer to use. And I think the timing of that is important, as well as knowing that the balances that they roll forward with are in agreement with what we have in the audit. So we're hoping, and I would think maybe by early next year, we can come in to review to see the status of the account to see if it's been corrected. The one other item I want to bring to your attention also, this is the first year in your report, the state has required auditors to disclose your pension liability. Prior to this year, it was actually recorded on the state books. There's a new professional standard that was issued, and that's really what delayed the completion of every school audit in the state, because the information was only provided to us on November 13th. So the processing of the reports were held up. But just to give you an idea, you have 2 pension plans that your employees are enrolled in. The public employee plan at the end of June, your future liability for your pension, which is in the report, is approximately $18 million. The teacher plan, again, that's funded by the state. Well, partially funded by the state, I should say. It's the state responsibility to pay the pension benefits. The liability at the end of June was $146 million. Just to put things in perspective, it's a new standard. It's a standard that throughout the country, all government entities have to disclose. But it's just a number now that it is in your report. So if there are any questions, you pay the state based on what they bill you. So the liability is based actuarially for the benefits of the employees who have retired, as well as those that are vested as of today. So I just want to make sure you knew that that was a first-time disclosure in your report.
I think you should just clarify that 146 is kind of what the state could call us on, but that's what they allow, right? That's not our.
Correct. It's
Just
100%.
explain that. It's not something we backed up on. I want to make people understand that there's that big number out there in the state. If they try and call everybody due, that's the number, and that they're just trying to get that spread to show what each district's liability would be, but it's not really our liability.
Correct. It's 100% liability of the state of New Jersey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Mr. Vinci, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Happy New Year to you all.
Yes, sir.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Yes, and then that's why.
Right, just for your information, we are going to break now and go to the auditorium to give out some awards, athletic awards. After that break, we are going to be going into closed session for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll be coming back here. So it's, I couldn't tell you exactly what time, but it's 6:45 now. I would probably say we're not going to be back here until 7:15 at least, 7:20, maybe 7:20, 7:25, somewhere in there for your information, okay? You're welcome to come into the auditorium to see the presentations if you like.
These are fall sports presentations that we're doing in the auditorium.
Christmas stuff to do, so we'll get through this. We're going to honor some of our fall athletes tonight, all those who received SEC awards, all conference awards, as well as our SEC championship football team, and won their second championship in a row. We'll congratulate them for that. So without any further ado, even if the athletes are not here, we're still going to announce their name. We're going to go by team. I'm going to start from the honorable mention and move my way back. So if they're not here, we'll still recognize that they did get the award. Representing our girls tennis team, second team, Colonial Division, Gracie Aaron. Is Gracie here? And honorable mention, Colonial Division SEC tennis is Saria Somanet. Award, second team, American Division, Jeffrey Bevere. Jack Cantini. Anthony De Blasio, honorable mention. Second team, Bill Montgomery. Anybody want to take pictures, you can come up and take them. Yes, you can come up and take pictures.
Thank you very much.
All SEC girls soccer. Jen Callahan, who I believe is at basketball practice. So Jennifer Callahan was first team American Division. Honorable mention, Martin Fisher. Isabel Ganuski. Isabel. Lauren Holden. Sarah Roselli. First team, Zoe Steck. All SEC girls soccer. All-Conference Award Girls Volleyball in the American Division, Samantha Echeverry. Jessica Robinson. Erin Clark. I have to hear something. He gave it to me, that's why I wasn't writing it. We have the sofa.
Thank you.
Chloe Jelly, second team All-American Division. Second team American honorable mention, SEC, Liberty Division, football, Lewis and Brook. Second team, Justin Malone. Second team, Daniel Shadnar. Second team, Mark Charles. Second team, Sam Cabot. First team, Anthony Candido. First team, Brian Hewitt. Second team, Hunter Leckler. Second team, Nick Lovato. Michael Massey, second team. First team and co-offensive player of the year, Greg Merkel. First team, the Liberty Division, Devin Merritt. First team, Nick Miller. Second team, Dominic Mazika. First team, Augie Mastardo. First team, Nick Senator. Also first team, Devin White. Up here also want to congratulate them and present the SEC Liberty Division 2015 plaque. Mr. Lazovic, Superintendent of Schools, our second divisional plaque. Come on up. Present the team, all the members of the team, the ones that are here and the ones that are not here, with a SEC Divisional Championship t-shirt. Oh, you got this? Boy, you got this? Yeah. Send me a copy, please. Line in front, Gina. Gina. Jenny Callahan, first team.
Hey, Jenny.
All-conference. Thank you for coming out. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the holiday season.
All right, folks, I apologize for the little delay that we had. The athletic awards were part of what we look forward to in the Board of Education in the town of Nutley. And I want to applaud the children for the job they did, the coaches, outstanding as usual. Teachers always do an outstanding job. And we are now moving back into our open session. Mr. Lester. I'm sorry, I need roll call first.
Okay. Mr. Cornicello?
Here.
Mrs. Stancheck Morton? Here. Mr. Klein?
Here.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Here.
Ms. Russo? Here. Mrs. Stolano?
Here.
Ms. Sherman? Here.
Thank you. Mr. Lester.
Thank you, Mr. Kaczynski. Some teacher recognitions. The Reflects Math grants, which help students of all ability levels develop fluency in basic math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Miss Samantha Moore from Lincoln School and Miss Crystal Season applied for the Educator Grant, and they were awarded a 12-month grant to work with her class specifically for about $1,600, which will be used for technology and online services. So we're excited to see what they can use that money to do for students. Congratulations. Dr. Marianne Luz Murphy was also awarded a grant to purchase 3 doodler, which is another piece of technology she's going to pilot at the elementary level to gather information throughout the buildings and to see how we can better support some of our higher levels of instruction across the elementary. This is going back because we only have one meeting this month, but on the 23rd of November, Ms. Sherman and I were in attendance for the commission meeting. The board had initiated with all this research the process to see how we can best meet the needs of the facilities at our elementary level and continue to grow the middle school model. And in order to do that, we recognized that it was not, we were not able to do anything fiscally responsible based on the property that we had. In collaboration through board committee with the commissioners, the commissioners initiated the process to purchase the property adjacent to our middle school on Franklin Avenue in order to accommodate our plans to expand the middle school. I spoke briefly at that meeting. I know they videotaped it and answered questions from the mayor and the other commissioners. I want to thank Ms. Sherman and, of course, all the work of the board as we partner with them moving forward to hopefully deal with some of these facilities issues. 2 parent academies since our last meeting. The first was on Park. We had a parent academy on the topic of Park at the elementary level. Ms. Russo and Mr. Klein were there as well as all of our K-6 administrators, a good number of teachers and parents who reviewed the history and rationale of the assessment, how our students actually performed. The presentation video with all supporting data are available on the main website and on my superintendent's page. We also had a parent academy which was extremely well attended. Mr. Carnicello, Mr. Ferrara, Ms. Russo, administrators, teachers, parents, a great deal of teachers from the elementary level, so thank you to them for coming out and supporting the work, but really to inform the parents on our shift in elementary report cards and our reporting system at the elementary level. We had a good number of parents attending. Again, that presentation is also available. I want to thank the parents, the teachers. Since that meeting, we've had our parent-teacher conferences. I think they went exceptionally well, and that really goes to the design of the teams that put things together, leadership with Dr. Malani, and the work that our teachers put in to be prepared for that. So thank you to our elementary teachers. And then next year, we moved to 3 scheduled days of parent-teacher conference to try and get a little more breathing room in between and allow parents to really rest into the conversation and understand what it is that we're doing when we work with their children. So those 2 pieces. Another big one my daughter was excited about, we did here we did here at Nutley as well, with the hour of coding with our web design teams. Ms. Osija again and Mrs. McDonald implemented an hour of coding exercise for 3rd grade students, as well as NHS web design students. And 3rd grade students created mazes, high school students created mazes as well using Scratch, computer programming platform. This is all a big national push to make sure our students are interacting with technology, not just to do some of the regular day-to-day things that we do with them, but they're understanding technology itself. So thanks to Ms. Osija, who's once again here, and all the teachers across our buildings at every level that are pushing technology. I want to thank Ms. Davila. I know Mr. Williams was here before. The high school guidance department hosted yet again our annual Instant Decision Day on December 3rd. We had representatives from 11 colleges and universities to meet with our students. We had 291 acceptances for 132 different students. $16,000, almost $17,000 saved in college application fees, which is a huge give back. $3,500 saved in ACT fees, and SAT fees, total being $20,000. We also had guaranteed combined scholarships for the first year totaling a little over $1.8 million for our students. So congratulations to them. The projected scholarships over 4 years, saving parents in the township of Nutley about $7.3 million for the 4 years of college. We are still waiting to hear back because there will be more awards forthcoming from those universities. So again, thank you to everyone involved in the guidance department, parents and the board members and everyone who worked to put that day together every day, every year. It's a wonderful event. They kind of take over the high school administrative suite, and it's just a great day to see the students kind of walk in nervous and walk out excited about their future. So that's wonderful. I want to thank Nutley Rotary, as always. Dr. Riley, Dr. Lyon, Mr. Williams, Mr. Sclair and I attended the annual Corlettes holiday performance. I'm sure Mr. Sclair will talk a little bit about that as well. Just an update to the board that our park submission for 15-16 was completed on time with 0 errors. Thank you to Ms. Alessio, Mr. Deanmeister, and Mr. Levine, as well as all of our principals for making that happen. Wednesday, January 13th, just getting ahead again, Nutley High School presents the annual scheduling information session, 6:30 at the high school auditorium for parents of 8th graders. So they invite everyone to attend. They present information appropriate for the selection of school courses as they transition from grade 8 in the middle school to the high school grade 9. Mr. Capella in elementary schools again, January 25th. Our first grade students in all of the elementary schools are participating in JCAP, which again aims to prevent assault on children by teaching them to recognize and manage potentially dangerous situations through peer support, self-assertiveness, and telling the truth to a trusted adult. We've been using this program for a number of years now. We have a parent program scheduled as well, January 6th at Lincoln School. Stay Connected Nutley app. We've been working with a number of companies and through our website, and we now have our own app. Is available on the website. You can download it right to your phone, and it basically gives you quick ways to to stay updated with our news and access to certain pieces of information from the district. So excited about that. Maintaining brevity, our strategic plan in the 4th year, really moving forward. All 6 of our action teams have been meeting in some way, shape, or form, working in their committees and making sure that we're looking to achieve this year's goals. And just some key upcoming dates as mentioned, NJCAP January 6th, grade 8 scheduling program the 13th, our bilingual ESL parent advisory committee still meeting at January 14th, and the next SAT Saturday, January 3rd. Want to wish everybody a happy holiday. Congratulations on what I believe is a successful 2015. A happy New Year, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody in 2016. Mr. Kay.
Thank you, Mr. Lesbick. Ms. James.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everyone throughout the entire district for all of their efforts and hard work, and especially the business office staff. All of that work culminates in the annual comprehensive financial report that we heard this evening from our auditors. And without everyone's hard work and all of their efforts, that report would not reflect the positiveness that this district now has in its financial complexion. So again, I'd like to thank you. And also to wish everyone a very happy holiday season.
Thank you. We now come to the portion of our meeting where we allow members of the public to address the board. Committee reports. I'm sorry.
That's right.
You're right. Committee reports. I'm sorry. Mr. Carcel.
Finance Committee met on December 15th at 4 o'clock. In that meeting, we discussed or went and reviewed the auditor's report that we saw tonight. The committee also discussed the 2016-17 academic calendar with members of the administrative unit. Mr. Nicolay provided us an update on work orders that were completed during the month and discussed projects scheduled for the holiday break and the business security entrances at the Spring Garden High School. Mrs. James reviewed the December 21st, 2015 finance resolutions, including transfers, use of facilities, contract for the ceiling repair at Radcliffe School, and purchases for educational materials. We also reviewed the CUSAC Statement of Assurances for 2015-16, which are on the agendas today. The committee discussed the revenue budget for 2016-17 and the review of building requests submitted by principals and directors. Mr. Lazovic discussed confidential information related to students in the district. The resolution will appear on this, is in our packet today. The committee discussed the options to offer the Roth 403B options to employees, updates on the Affordable Care Act, IRS reporting requirements, and the extended day financials. Next meeting will take place on January 19th, 2016.
Thank you, Mr. Carcel. Mrs. Martin.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vice President. Academic Committee met on December 15th. Mr. Materia discussed the next phases of the program review process. The proposals for the updated phases include adjusting the timeline to allow more time for the pilot process and to include an external review of our programs. Mr. Lazovic discussed the benefits of an outside perspective. The committee also discussed a proposal to shorten the 2016-17 February break, thereby ending the school year earlier. Representatives from the EAN and Administrators Union spoke to the committee about the proposed change. The EAN officers were concerned about the proposed calendar change. Dr. Villani reviewed the 2015-16 CUBE-STAC Statement of Insurances. We discussed 3 areas in which points were not obtained and how they will be corrected moving forward. Mr. Lazovic and Dr. Villani discussed feedback from the Parent Academy and Parent-Teacher Conferences regarding the changes to the elementary report card. We also discussed 3 requests for extern or internships for the spring of 2016, including occupational therapy from Kane University, speech language pathology from Montclair State, and school psychology from Rutgers University. We also discussed high school scheduling. Mr. Lazovic continues to work with the high school configuration team and committee on security, communication, room rotations, and a proposed schedule change at the high school. The committee discussed the sustainability of such a program. We also discussed professional development and field trips. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Scalera.
Thank you. The Administrative Committee met on December 15th. That night we discussed CUSAC. The only notes were similar to what Mr. Vinci stated before. It was the same 3 points that were noted on CUSAC report. Otherwise, we were 100% compliance. If you've been following our CUSAC reports in the past few years, and great thanks to the board and Mr. Lazovic and Karen, we have really come a long way, so that's a great success. I just wanted to note that. Discussion on some student residency and recommendation to the superintendent regarding student residency. We did a legal review on pending legislation, which some of that will be on the agenda. We reviewed our assistant business administrator position, people for the CST team and leave replacements. We also reviewed continued openings for other positions in the district. Reviewed the academic calendar with representatives of the EA and the administrators there, and the results of that are in the resolution that's on our agenda tonight. The committee reviewed the rest of the materials for this board meeting and policies for first reading and second reading as posted in our meeting tonight. And that's it for our administration.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? Now we'll go to our hearing. Now's the time, now we come to the portion of our meeting where we allow members of the public to address the board. In this section, we allow questions or comments on only the resolutions addressed in tonight's agenda. Our board regulation 601 allows 20 minutes for these communications. Each person should be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask you to try to stay within this requirement. Speakers may speak more than once only after all others wishing to speak on a topic have been heard. All statements will be directed to me as the chairperson, and no one may address the board members individually. Please be reminded that if your statement is too lengthy, abusive, obscene, irrelevant, or redundant, your participation may be terminated. Please remember to always state your name and address each and every time you address the board, and sign in with Mrs. Kafusa before you take the microphone. The first person wishing to speak, can you come to the microphone?
is Cheryl Wechter, and I'm here with a petition to reinstate Philip DiMaria to Radcliffe School. I have collected about 130 signatures of parents and various residents of Nutley, as well as some student signatures. There are, I don't have the exact number, we have preschool, we have middle schoolers as well as students from Radcliffe. The middle schoolers are ex-Radcliffe students. So I'm going to read the preamble and then I'll read the petition. And I have this electronically so I can also forward it to you. Philip DiMaria has been working as a school custodian at Radcliffe Elementary School for approximately 3 years. During this time, Mr. DiMaria has proven to be an asset to the school and has gained the respect of the parents for this extraordinary work ethic. Indeed, Mr. DiMaria has become an integral part of the Radcliffe School community. Former and current parents of Radcliffe School students know Mr. DiMaria for his easygoing demeanor and willingness to go above and beyond that which is expected of him. Radcliffe School is always clean and impeccably maintained, which is largely attributable to Mr. DiMaria's work in the evenings. Radcliffe is without question one of the best kept schools in Nutley. In addition, Mr. DiMaria is always eager to assist the Radcliffe PTO and other groups that hold meetings and events in the school after regular school hours, helping with setup, locating necessary supplies, assisting with carrying and moving equipment brought in by groups, etc. Mr. DiMaria has also endeared himself to the students by voluntarily taking on the job of festively decorating the display window located in the front lobby of the school for every major holiday and change of season. He creates vibrant, detailed displays that require a great amount of planning and out-of-pocket expense. Parents and students alike eagerly await the next display. Mr. DiMaria's whimsical window displays have become well known even outside of the Radcliffe School community. In fact, just this year he was featured in a local newspaper, the Nutley Sun, with Mayor Petrocco for his work on the windows. Mr. DiMaria's window displays exemplify the kind of person and employee he is, one that truly cares about the job he performs and the people he ultimately serves, the students. Notably, before Mr. DiMaria's arrival, the display window, which is the first thing visitors see when they enter the school, was left mostly dusty and barren for years, despite numerous and repeated comments by parents that were met by an occasional half-hearted attempt to put something in there. Few school custodians have gained the attention of the parents and students that Mr. DiMaria has earned through his hard work, conscientiousness, and good attitude. Mr. DiMaria has more than demonstrated his value to Radcliffe School and the Nutley Board of Education at large. Thus, we implore Superintendent Russ Lazovic and the Nutley Board of Education to reconsider its decision to dismiss Mr. DiMaria and to reinstate his position as school custodian without haste. Certainly the board can and should impose an alternative disciplinary action in consideration of Mr. DiMaria's exemplary service to the Radcliffe School community. And the petition is as follows. We, the undersigned, are concerned parents of the Nutley School District who urge Superintendent Russ Lazovic and the Nutley Board of Education to act now to reinstate Philip DiMaria as a Nutley Board of Education school custodian. And I have 130 signatures. I was not expecting to be here tonight, so I apologize. I do not have them with me, but I can certainly forward them to anyone.
That's fine. Thank you.
This is my daughter, Rebecca, who is collecting signatures as well. She has a petition as well.
Philip DiMaria has been working as a Radcliffe custodian for approximately 3 years. Phil DiMaria is not just a regular custodian. He is a personable guy that says hello and will start up a conversation with the students. Radcliffe School is always very clean. The display window by the front door was quite an eyesore for a very long time, according to many of the Radcliffe students. Phil decided that something had to be done with the window. He used his own hard-earned money to bring the display window to life with decorations. He transformed the window from an eyesore into something cool that the Radcliffe kids enjoyed. Phil always had a smile on his face. During aftercare with garbage can in hand, he always talked to the kids. We found him to be one of the friendliest people in our school. He shouldn't lose his job. We understand that he must have done something wrong, but please consider disciplining him in a different way. Please don't take his job away from him, and please don't take him away from Radcliffe.
We thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Just to clarify very briefly, since Mr. Di Maria has opened this up to public discussion, the board is very aware of the work he has done at Radcliffe School. They're also aware of the incidents that have taken place over the past year or so. The board has spent quite a bit of time reviewing, looking at the incidents, looking at the facts. We appreciate your statement, and we'll take that into consideration also. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to be heard? If not, we'll move on to resolutions. Mrs. Benchek Martin, take academic, please.
Yes, I'd like to move academic resolutions 1 through 4 as written. So moved.
Second. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Carnasella?
Yes.
Mrs. Stanchek Martin? Yes. Mr. Klein?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Scalera?
Yes.
Ms. Sherman?
Yes.
Ms. Russo, will you take the administration, please?
Yes, Mr. Vice President, I'd like to move administrative items 1 through 5, and except on number 4, I need to table 3233, 3233R, and 4233. I so move.
Second. Second, Mr. Scalera. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnasella?
Yes.
Mrs. Stanchek Martin? Yes. Mr. Klein?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Scalera?
Yes.
Ms. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Carnasella, you take finance, please?
Yes, Vice President Kaczynski, I move finance resolutions 1 through 21 as written.
Second.
Second.
Second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnasella?
Yes.
Mrs. Stanchek Martin? Yes. Mr. Klein?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Scalera?
Yes.
Ms. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Klein, we take personnel resolutions, please?
Yes, Mr. Vice President, I move personnel resolutions 1 through 3 with the following changes. On resolution number 1, that's inclusive of the addendum, and then on resolution number 2, strike the words until further notice at the end.
All set? Discussion? Second.
Second.
Could we get a second, Fred? Okay, discussion?
Yes. Discussion on resolution number 3, I just want to make a statement that, we want to compliment the EAN for their commitment to the members. We have been empathetic to change for the 16-17 school year due to all the changes that you guys have been going through. It will be something that we closely monitor and continue to discuss for the following year.
Any other discussion? Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Carnasella?
Yes.
Mrs. Stanchek Martin? Yes. Mr. Klein?
Yes on number 1 and 2, no on number 3.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes on 1 and 2, no on number 3.
Mr. Scalera?
Yes.
Ms. Sherman?
Yes.
In this section, we allow questions or comments on all school-related matters. Our regulations allow 30 minutes from these communications. Each person shall be limited to 3 minutes. We ask you to try to stay within this requirement. As I stated before, all statements will be directed to me. First person who has any questions can attend the mic.
Kimberly Donahue, 27 Raymond Avenue. So, I always thank you guys when you guys are doing a great job, but when something falls apart, I think I needed to point it out. And unfortunately, something really fell apart. My son Liam made the honor roll, but he did not make the Nutley Sun. And I was told the reason why, and Liam's well aware that his name wasn't there, guys. I was told the reason why was because there's we'll call it a glitch in the system, and they told me it wouldn't happen again. Well, the problem, I'm told, was that because Liam was put in for a pass-fail for gym, even though he passed, that there's some kind of a glitch in the system that if a child is in for a pass-fail and something, you have to go over and override the system in order to make sure that they make the honor roll. And so, A, that didn't happen for Liam. And B, when I was talking to other parents about it, because you can imagine how upset I was, apparently this is a problem that's been happening for a while. This is not the first time that an occurrence like this has happened. Now, yes, they're going to fix it. Okay, their way of fixing it is they're going to talk to the gym teacher and see if Liam's capable of getting a grade. I don't really think that fixes the problem. That's a Band-Aid. It doesn't fix Liam's feelings. It doesn't make any of the other special ed kids feel like they belong. And on top of all of that, we put Liam in a classroom where we tell him that the curriculum that he's studying is the same as everybody else's, right? But did we treat him the same? You know, it's something that's got to be addressed. Okay, overriding the system just means that the next time that human error comes into play for somebody else who needs the system overridden, we haven't fixed it, have we? And to hear that this has been going on for a while and he's not the first, and if the system isn't fixed, he certainly isn't the last, is disappointing. All of this other stuff is great, but when the kids do well, how about they all get treated equally? This is something that should be fixed. I don't care what has to be done with the system. If you have to get a new program, it's not right. I mean, in Liam's case, it's because of his autism, but if Liam were a kid in a wheelchair, he can't make the honor roll because he has a wheelchair, that's the result of it, even if that's not what was intended. He doesn't know that. And it's not a little problem, it's a big one that's going to affect a lot of kids.
Thank you. I'm sure if we haven't already, we'll look at it and try to figure out what the situation was. Thank you. Anyone else? Any old business to come before the board?
So, we've chosen the mural there, and the art's gonna go up in the school. I'd like this next meeting to invite the mural winner with the committee that did all the work and see not the final products being done, but at least the rendering that's gonna be put up in the school. A lot of time and effort went into that, and I think we should recognize the student and the committee that did all the work.
Good point. Any other old business? I have some old business, very, very briefly. I know sometimes the paper is taken to task for not doing such a great job, but I wanted to compliment the Nutley Sun on the good article you did on the report on the purchase of the commissioners with the property. It was one article that I thought was outstanding. It was well written and to the point. And there was another article that talked about one of our students receiving a scholarship to University of Maryland, right? And Mr. Pataglia, the article that was printed about him and Blair was an outstanding article, well done. I want to compliment the paper on the job that they did. Any other old business? New business?
So just maybe a note for the future, so the early acceptance was great, but there's a lot of schools that gave early acceptance that aren't on the list. The kids received it directly, the office is notified. Maybe we can put that all kind of like part of early acceptance?
The early acceptance versus instant decision, two different, they do tabulate both.
Okay.
Report on that, but the early decision comes in from a different source. Instant decision is actually right in the door.
Okay, I'll pass that one. Number two is, just on to the Rotary that Mr. Lazovic talked about. This was the 50th year of the Coralettes.
Did you confirm? Did they agree?
Yeah, 50 years. 54th and 55th. No, I thought it was 50th. Okay. I might be wrong. It's over 50 years. It's on tape, Charlie, I admit it. It's over 50 years.
There you go.
The Coralettes
That covers it.
have been performing for the Nutley Rotary. And when you see what's done through that program and for the Rotary on that day, the sound is produced. This year, the jazz band performed with them. That was the first time. It was magnificent. And I just want to recognize what's going on in the district with our students.
Thank you, Mr. Swett. Any other new business? I would like to introduce at this time our new Assistant Business Administrator / Assistant Board Secretary, Mr. John Memorial. John, stand up, please. I'll be working in Karen's office, and we're looking forward to working closely with you. Thank you for coming on board.
Thank you.
Can I have a personal note? Just want to let you know I'm missing my son's hockey game, but Nutley's winning 1-0 at the end of the summer.
Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I'm going to read. Whereas the Board of Education will be discussing matters exempt from public discussion pursuant to NJSA 10.4.12. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Education recess to close executive session at this time to discuss student matters. Be it further resolved that the results of the discussion were made public by inclusion on the agenda of a subsequent meeting of the Board of Education, or when the reasons for discussing such matters in closed session no longer exist. Motion?
Second.
You make the motion.
You made the motion, I
Motion
second.
second. Roll call.